Hello, we would like to welcome you to the final day of the STA Rocket League competition. We are going to be streaming the semifinals, the third place match, and then the grand finals. Today's competitors that got through yesterday are IOV, The Mates, Go Bananas, and NV. So, Hugo, first game is going to be IOV versus The Mates. IOV, who has Hydrosis and Sensei on their team, versus The Mates, who has Christy and Renegade. Do you want to talk about how they did yesterday?
Thank you, Simon. Regarding yesterday's game, we had a very explosive quarterfinals, with the first game having Hydrosis having 3 goals, 2 assists, with 5 shots but 0 saves, as well as Sensei having 3 goals, 0 assists, and 1 save. A very big tally for one series, actually. Now, in their second game, they had 3 goals, 0 assists, and 1 save for Hydrosis, and Sensei had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 1 save in 5 shots.
I'd like to point out that despite them sweeping their competition 2-0 on games in the series, they looked quite shaky, especially rotation-wise. I don't know what could have caused that, but let's hope that they've improved today and they're going to look a bit better than yesterday. For a bit of background, they swept all 3 rounds so far. They were going against weaker opponents except for the last round versus Cherubashki. They're tops in the entire competition, and I'd say they're going to have quite the struggle against the opposition if they don't step up their game from yesterday. They are okay mechanically. Yesterday we saw some inconsistency from them, but let's hope that they can replicate their performances from the previous rounds.
Now on to the other team, the Mates, consisting of Christy and Renegade. Christy having 0 goals, 0 assists, and 0 saves in 1 shot. A very low tally, nonetheless. Renegade has 1 goal, 0 assists, and 3 saves in 1 shot. In their second game, they won 5-1, Christy getting no stats, and Renegade having 1 goal, 0 assists, 3 saves in 1 shot.
I'd like to point out that they also won game 3-2-1, with Renegade scoring every single goal for the Mates. So far, this looks like a one-player carry for the team. Let's hope that Christy can step up, because I don't think that a one-man team can actually win this tournament, because just simply, you can't rely on one player in 2v2. I think we can start the next game soon. The players are currently joining the lobby. We're going to have a bit more time to talk. Hugo, predictions.
Ooh, now, since we're in the semifinals, games are very close, so I expect either a very high scoreline or a very, you could say, flat match, very low score number, high defense, high offense, switching back and forth. So I'm going to vote for the Mates to win this game.
I personally, as much as I think a one-player team can do that much, I think the Mates are also going to take it just because Renegade is playing so well. And also IOV looked a bit too shaky. I don't think they're in form currently. We're going to be getting the match underway very soon. Let's see whether the players can whether IOV can step up to the challenge, or the Mates can handle the stress that they're under because they're playing against the top-tiered competitors. We are kicking off. Hydro Sensei and who is on the kickoff, and Renegade facing off.
The ball is now in Orange's half with Sensei approaching the ball, but Christy coming in for the clear there, and the ball is now in Blue's goal. Sensei now on the attack. Quick break, actually. No one in goal. Sensei missing a very important chance right there. Hydrosis coming in behind to sweep up the scraps. Renegade there trying to defend, but Sensei gets the shot away and gets the first goal of the game.
Just 20 seconds, that's enough for IOV to score. There was a little fumble there by both IOV and the Mates. It worked out in IOV's favor, but this is going to be, let's hope, more consistent mechanically than this. I think this is just them getting used to the environment and getting used to the pressure that they're under currently.
Ball is now in Blue's half with Christy challenging the ball. Sensei, however, getting the ball away into Orange's half. Hydrosis following, but failing. Sensei trying to pick up the scraps. Could we see a quick rush to the defense? No. Sensei continuing the dribble with 0 boost.
This is quite dangerous play from Sensei. If he's trying to win this game with 0 boost, I don't think that's possible. Even a great player like, for example, Go Bananas V7, I don't think he could solo carry against a weak team with 0 boost, because you just simply need boost in Rocket League if you want to win. You can make important saves, etc. if you don't have that boost. Renegade there with a very important, very good chance, but he didn't manage to read the rebound quite well off the backboard, so he didn't manage to capitalize on the fact that there was no one in IOV's net.
IOV now back on the attack as Sensei sets a goal for Hydrosis. However, failing to get the shot off, Sensei is now on the defense as he knocks the ball into the middle.
That was quite a dangerous touch there. It was heading towards their net. Luckily, it didn't go into their net. Now, Christy trying to set up Renegade, but Renegade's a bit too much into off defense. I think both teams are just trying to feel the waters out to see how the other opponents are playing.
Correct there, Simon. Renegade now on the attack with an aerial strike. The ball is now in front of Blue's goal with Hydrosis clearing away the danger. Renegade now having to defend on his own with Hydrosis getting the ball past him into the middle for Sensei, missing the ball entirely. Christy getting the opportunity there to clear the ball. Renegade now setting up again for perhaps a clear. Hydrosis in for the challenge, however, he failed.
Sensei missing that ball. That's an empty net for... What a miss by Renegade. Renegade, that could have been an easy goal there, but... What was he doing? I think I could have scored that at 12 o'clock in the night.
Yes, Simon. Ball is now in Orange's... Oh, right in front of Orange's goal. Sensei there, missing a very important chance. We see her from Hydrosis' view. Renegade there, missing a very important aerial shot.
Hydrosis doesn't manage to, though, capitalize on that mistake because Christy was underneath the ball, and it was an awkward bounce for IOV. Now, Sensei driving it up into net, but Renegade managing to get that clear. Hydrosis overcommitting there, going into the corner. Can Renegade capitalize?
Ball now in Blue's corner.
Both Blues have missed the ball. Renegade again into the backboard. What does he have with the right post? He keeps on hitting it.
This is not the performance we saw yesterday from Renegade. Can we see a sort of change in momentum towards Orange's favor?
I think Christie stepped up, though. He's so far playing much more consistently. I'd like to remind you, 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock. IOV is winning by 1. The mates have to do something big if they want to win this game. They need to step up their offensive prowess. So far, they're playing quite conservatively this game. Maybe a clear goal if Renegade stops missing the right post.
Right there. Almost an own goal from... Oh!
Hydrosis just knocked that as a beautiful pass for Orange, but I don't know what... Was he trying to set up Orange there? Was he trying to get a nice save there? What was he doing there? Renegade, that was an easy strike for him. At least he didn't hit the right post this time.
Yeah.
Equalizer now. 1 minute to go. 1 minute 20 to go. This is shaping up to be quite the intense game. This has been, I think, the closest game so far mechanically. Both teams are playing quite consistently, and they're rotating well, especially. That's, I think, the most important thing there.
Christie there, in for the poach, failing, and now Renegade has to defend. A very good pinch, actually, towards Blue's goal. Sensei there on the defense as he tries a 50-50 against Christie and winning.
Renegade up for that aerial, but only manages to hit it with the wheels. But double touch there. That might be going in. No, Hydrosis manages to get there in time and clear it wide.
Very important clear there. Could have costed a goal if he wasn't there otherwise. The ball now back on Blue's corner. Christie flicking the ball backwards over Sensei.
So, now Christie trying to rotate back. Hydrosis and will maybe go off for this, trying to make sure. Yes, that 50-50 was quite good from Hydrosis. He got under the ball where Renegade was trying to hit it.
30 seconds to go now. Can we see... can this game go to overtime?
That is so close! Just slowly gracing past this goal line, or around the goal line, I'd have to say. That was very close there. That, if Renegade was there to capitalize, that would have been a big goal. Bit more play in the midfield, setting up Renegade for a nice shot. Renegade, can he score this? No, he can't. What? Oh! Hit the ground just before he could have actually gotten to that ball. That was very close so far. The ball now in the blue corner. Sensei not being... That's going in. Please don't tell me that's going in.
Hydrosis.
That's going in. Sensei. What was Sensei doing? Sensei, that should have been an easy goal there. Easy save there, but... That just unlucky there, I think, by Sensei. We have to see, because this is... So, 1-0 to IOV.
That mistake there cost
No, excuse me. 1-0 to the mates.
That mistake there costed them the first game in the series. If we see more of these mistakes, IOV could be out of the tournament.
Right, so some statistics. Renegade with both goals for the mates. I'd have to say Christie stepped up, though. He was playing well defensively. Maybe still statistics don't reflect that, but he had some more solid 50-50s there and wasn't missing the ball as much. Sensei, he scored the only goal for IOV. They were looking good in the beginning, but then that was an unfortunate overtime goal. What do you have to say? That was just, I guess, unfortunate. Hydrosis, again, just an assist and a shot. It was a nice play, though, there, and I don't think I can fault IOV. That was just bad circumstances there.
Right there, Simon. I would have liked to see a bit of a better overtime match there. Only 7 seconds in and the first goal scored. Hopefully we can see a better second game in this series. Hopefully taking it to the third game if IOV manages to win.
We're into the second game now. Let's see if IOV can maybe get one back, or will the mates actually just sweep IOV? If they do sweep, I think that will just not reflect how this game was played, because this is a very even matchup so far, and let's hope that we see this continue throughout the rest of the day, because yeah, I have not been this tense so far this whole entire tournament. Renegade getting there a nice little clear there across the goal line, making sure that he didn't actually concede a goal there. Christie playing with 0 boost. That 50-50 just couldn't happen without the boost. Renegade now facing backwards, but a nice backflip into the ball, sending it into the corner. Christie playing with 0 boost. He needs to get some boost, otherwise he just won't be able to save. What a save there! That was a nice flip. He just managed to save that just barely by the edges of his fingertips, even though cars don't have fingertips.
Christie there showing defensive output. Can he show it again as Sensei pushes the ball into Orange's corner? Renegade there pushing the ball further down the court pitch. Hydrosis, however...
Renegade with a pass there. Christie could have maybe gotten that redirect into IOV's net, but that's just something that we can't expect at this tense. I don't know. I think they're focusing on rotation mainly, because without rotation you can't score goals, and you'll concede a lot of goals. But if you just... maybe without redeck, you might not score 1 goal, but you won't be caught out of position up there. I think Christie, actually, that was an intended pass. Christie was just rotating back. But now, for what's happening now, it's in the corner. Renegade trying to clear it out, and he manages to get that nice wall pinch there. Sensei not being able to manage to fully control the ball, but it's now on the wall. Renegade hitting it further into the corner, but Sensei misses, and... can Renegade score this? Can Renegade? No, he can't. Again, another miss. Open net miss there by the mates. They're getting quite unlucky this game.
That fumble in defense there costed Renegade a goal. Orange now back on the attack as Sensei failing to pushes the ball, but Hydrosis does bring the ball back into Orange's side.
I like to say these nice pinches by Renegade. He managed to either clear the ball really well. Another open net miss. Renegade is just not playing as well. He's playing well defensively, but offensively he's missing so many empty nets.
Very lucky hit there. Sensei demos Renegade. Hydrosis now fumbling around with the ball, allowing Christie to take over possession. Sensei, however, there to clear out the danger.
I'd like to point out again, Sensei playing with 0 boost. This is quite dangerous there, because see, if he wasn't there this time, that could have been incredibly dangerous, because he just doesn't have the time to recover from those challenges. Pass mid. Can IOV? Renegade with a goal. His first goal of the game goes to the mates. 2 minutes 20 to play. And Christie, that was a nice setup there. Hydrosis, I don't think Hydrosis could have possibly even done anything about that.
So far, with the momentum in Orange's favor, can we see an early exit from IOV here?
The ball going into Orange's half. Renegade waiting on the front post. That's some good positioning there. Just waiting for that challenge to happen. Now, maybe he can get a little nice flick there, but no, he misses the ball.
Ball now entering Orange's half as Renegade clears the danger out a bit. Knocking back in the middle for Christie. Failing. Sensei again with 0 boost. Stalking the ball, waiting for Hydrosis to cross it in. Christie there again, pushing it. Renegade getting in the way. Sensei.
Luckily, Renegade was there. That was a very bad bump there, but on Renegade on Christie. Hopefully, luckily for them, nothing happened out of it. At this point, I'd like to see IOV at least score a goal so we can go to Game 3, because this is an even series to say the least. Maybe the mates have a... See, again, Sensei, he could have said that so much easier if he had boost. I think Sensei, if they do want to win this game, he needs to step up on his boost management. See, Hydrosis, they're going for the boost. Now, on the wall, maybe a awkward pass there. Sensei, passing it hard. No, he can because Christie there for the 50-50.
Hydrosis are going to have to score a goal quickly if they want to stay in this game. With 1 minute to go, Hydrosis there, tailing Christie behind. Sensei getting the quick touch as he sets himself up for a goal. Renegade there, however, clearing the ball back into Blue's half.
Now, clear by Hydrosis. With a nice shot, not shot there, just a flick onto the backboard. Maybe, can Sensei set... No, Hydrosis was not in the midfield, so he couldn't actually score that, even if he wanted to. Out of the post there, Hydrosis looking up for the clear. Renegade gets that out of the backboard. Hydrosis attacking, but I don't think he has any boost. I don't think he can... Now, Renegade getting that 50-50. That's high. That's going all the way into Blue. They have 20 seconds to make something work.
15 seconds to go. Renegade almost getting a second goal. Luckily, Sensei was there to defend. In the dying embers of the game, can Blue get one back and bring this into overtime? Renegade, they're getting a very crucial clear, which ends the game.
And good game to both teams. That was very well played by both teams, but the mates came out on top. Sensei and Hydrosis with no goals. Sensei coming out with 2 saves there. I think that was mainly due to the fact that they just didn't have enough boost to rotate. IOV needs to talk a bit about boost management before next game. Good job to Renegade and Christie. Renegade again playing quite well. Maybe a few misses there. Maybe not as prolific as he was last time, but he was still playing incredibly well there.
You now join us for a post-match interview with Hydrosis. Coming out of the game, losing actually. Hydrosis, do you have any comments regarding your performance?
Well, I think I was really out of form when I played, and I know I could have done a lot better than what I did this game.
Right. We saw a very big contrast from yesterday's performance. Is there any reasoning behind this?
I think it's because I don't have enough time to practice due to all the homework, but yeah, I think it's also because of the stress. As we've seen, Renegade has been playing very well, and I think he's better than Envy combined, everyone basically.
Speaking of Renegades, do you have any further comments on his performance?
Well, if I'm gonna be really honest, I think he's the best. Out of everyone here, he's the best. He's carrying his team like no lying. This is being honest. He's carrying the team very hard, but I think he has a very high chance of winning against Envy.
So you see him in the finals against Envy?
Yeah, 100%.
And you see him winning this final?
Probably, yeah. By how he plays and his playstyle, and how all his aerials he do, yeah.
Speaking more about Envy, now that you know you predict that the finals are gonna be Envy versus the mates, do you have perhaps a prediction for who wins which games?
Well, I think probably the mates are gonna lose the first game, but they're gonna just smash Envy in the second.
So you see a sort of change in tactics that will get them the win. Okay. Unfortunately, you did lose this game, but thank you so much, Hydrosis, for coming out and playing in the STA Rocket League tournament. We hope to see you in perhaps the next tournament that perhaps comes up in Term 3. Thank you for your time.
No problem. No.
Control.
Sensei.
Whoa.
You now join us again for another post-match interview with Sensei, the teammate of Hydrosis, who unfortunately lost this series. Do you have any comments on why you lost, Sensei? Any?
I mean, we fought all we could, but I mean, disappointing results because I haven't been playing that much lately, and that we need to improve on some areas such as like communication, maybe a bit of aerial, and other areas, yeah, in general.
Now, on the other side of the game, we had the mates. Do you have any comments on their performance?
I mean, they had their key player, Renegade, who basically was the key player of their team, who did all the work, to be honest. Yeah.
Now, this isn't over for you because you are into the third place playoff. Who do you imagine that you'll face in the third place?
I imagine to face, the Victor and Belka's.
Go Bananas.
Yeah, Go Bananas, because I feel that Envy are a very strong team. I play with them sometimes, and I think they're the contenders for this competition.
Speaking about playing, how long have you been playing Rocket League, Sensei?
Well, in years, I would say 1 year, but then I've actually played for about 70 to 80 hours around that.
70 to 80 hours.
Yes.
It's a very long time. Do you feel like you want to play in future Rocket League tournaments hosted in STA
Oh, definitely. I will enter again. Definitely.
with the same partner?
Yeah. Why not?
Now, would you want to play perhaps a 3v3 instead of a 2v2?
Oh, definitely. I like 3v3s.
Who would you bring on? Would you bring someone on for the tournament? Perhaps Renegade?
Oh, yeah. That's who we're looking for. Someone like Renegade who can boost our team.
All right. Thank you so much, Sensei, for your comments. We hope to see you in future tournaments, as well as hopefully maybe win third place playoffs.
Yes. Yeah. Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You now join us for the final interview for this series. We have here Christy from the Mates. Christy, regarding your win today, do you have any comments on your performance or your teammate?
My teammate did really well with the saving and with all the aerial hits, but he's also a really nice friend. He means a lot to me, and I'm glad just to be here.
Speaking about your relationship, how long have you known Renegade?
Oh, for a couple of years actually.
Now, linking with your bond, do you plan on playing with him in future tournaments?
Yes, actually. I see myself playing with him in future tournaments, but it's honestly going to be his choice if he also wants to join me.
In team plays, do you think he is the better player, or do you think you are?
Honestly, I do think he is the better player because he's been playing for longer than me. He's been playing for 3 years.
Right, 3 years. That's a very long time. Speaking about the opposing side, do you have any comments on IOV's style of play or why they lost today?
I think they did good. We got a close match. They were getting up the saves. It was a very close match, like our match and Mats and Dex.
Right, Matt and Dex. You did beat them as well, right?
Yes.
Of course. Do you think this game was a bigger challenge
Yes.
rather than Matt and Dex?
Yes. Because they've been playing for I think longer, and they were a harder challenge because they knew what they were doing.
Okay, thank you so much, Chrissy, for playing. We hope to see you in the grand finals up against whoever wins the next series. Thank you. We'll see you later in the stream.
Bye, guys.
Okay, we are now going to start the analysis for the next game, which is what? Go Bananas versus Envy. So, Go Bananas with V7 and the Monster on their team. Hugo, what do you think of them?
We had a very explosive semifinals yesterday, with them scoring a very high tally of goals. V7 in the first game having 2 goals, 1 assist in 5 shots, and the Monster getting 3 goals, 0 assists, and 1 save. Now, the first game doesn't translate to the high goal tally, but in the second game, V7 gets 8 goals and 2 assists in 11 shots, and the Monster gets 3 goals, 2 assists, and 1 save. Do you have any comments regarding these stats, Simon?
Yeah, I'd like to point out that the second game, 11-0, that was the highest scoring game so far we've had this entire tournament. It was a complete and utter domination of proximity by Go Bananas. They were playing quite well there. I'd say it was a weaker opponent, even in the quarterfinals, but still. I think they swept all their rounds so far. They're 7th seed in their competition. I'd specifically like to talk statistics about V7, right? They play a very different playstyle to most teams, where V7 likes to stay back and catch the incoming balls from the clears, which means that basically he can defend and they don't concede as many goals as other teams. In the last series, they only conceded 1 single goal, and that was from just a bad 50-50 on the kickoff. What about Envy, Hugo?
Right, on to our opponent's Envy. In their first game of the series yesterday, Julius scored 5 goals in 6 shots. Very impressive number, with Jungwook getting 2 assists. In their second game, Julius had scored 6 goals, 1 assist, and 1 save in 7 shots. Jungwook scoring 2 goals and 1 assist. Now, comparing to the last game, Envy has a much more evenly distributed goal count compared to V7's second game, as well as the Monster. Regarding the stats, we can move on to our predictions. Simon, I think personally, despite Envy having a much more distributed stat sheet, I think that Go Bananas might take the win here, purely because of their impressive performance in the second game. Simon, do you have a prediction?
Exactly as you said, Hugo. I think, personally, the Go Bananas will win. I've talked to them today before the games, and they look very confident. I feel their morale is high after that complete domination of proximity last round. And I think they have the superior playstyle, especially in this matchup, because they can just have possession for extended periods of time while not conceding too many goals. Hugo, your prediction?
I already predicted, Simon.
Ah, okay. Sorry, thank you. I think we can start the next game very soon. Hugo, do you want to talk us through what the players might be feeling at this moment?
Well, it is the semifinals. I expect nerves, stress, every sort of emotion, I guess. It's got to be, what's it called? Butterflies in your stomach? Something
Exactly.
like that.
Well, yes. Have you ever tried playing at this stress level?
Not mainly. Whenever I play games, I'm pretty relaxed, but that's unnecessary information, Simon. We're now getting into the game here.
Very shortly, and the game can start. Okay, so, Hugo.
The ball now in Orange's corner, with V7 attempting to push it out. Monster there picking up the scraps as he takes a pot shot at goal. Julius there recovering the ball, pushing it up towards Orange's corner.
I'd like to say this is probably going to be the higher skill game today. Well, except for the grand final, of course, because just generally these two teams are very good mechanically. Now Julius trying to get that clear, but not permitted to do so by V7.
Jungwook there getting the clear, as well as the quick strike towards goal, giving them their first goal of the game.
Envy winning 1-0 in just under or slightly over 40 seconds.
Right there, a very lucky shot. The Monster attempting at a save. He wasn't high enough.
Yes, Hugo. I think this could be a great momentum shift for Envy, but we will have to wait and see, because at this early in the game we don't know how the players are feeling. I personally tip Go Bananas, I hope they win. Because I feel like they are just simply the better team in this match. So now coming up with a quite weak clear. The Monster challenging there with a high clear. But Julius being able to intercept that.
The ball now slowly getting cleared out Blue's half. V7 there missing a very big hit, putting both attackers on Blue's half. However, they quickly rush back as Julius sets up for a shot with 0 boost, actually. Very dangerous play.
The Monster now trying to get that. That was a nice flick there. But Jungwook EV manages to save that and not let it become a dangerous opportunity for Go Bananas. Julius, they're missing a aerial, but Jungwook manages to get that rebound. Julius from the backboard, but doesn't manage to score. That was a very dangerous chance there for Envy.
Julius there getting the clear, almost translating into a goal. V7 straight off the board. Oh! Julius getting his first goal of the match there, putting Envy at 2-0 up against Go Bananas.
This seems like a apparently so far like a less equal match than I was expecting, but Go Bananas needs to step something up. So far they haven't. I don't think have had a single shot on net yet.
This could be due to the Envy's extremely offensive playstyle, forcing Go Bananas to constantly defend against their attacks. Julius there knocking the Monster, putting the ball in danger.
Nice save there by V7, getting that clear, but I think both Go Banana players don't have any boost. V7 there, trying to get this up the wall. With nice 50-50 there.
Setting up a goal for the Monster!
Monster getting one back! 250 on the clock. That was a very nice goal there. V7 with that great challenge. Jungwook not being able to read that challenge, and Monster being able to capitalize on that. That was a wonderful goal.
This puts the game at 2-1 in Envy's favor. Back on the kickoff, Jungwook and the Monster clash in the middle, giving Jungwook the advantage as he is closer. Oh, V7 steals the ball, shot at goal, hits the backboard.
But a slow rebound means that no goal scored there.
Jungwook now driving the ball towards Orange's goal. Julius there, picking up scraps. However, that puts Orange now on the attack as Go Bananas fails to hit the ball twice in a row.
The Monster there demoed by Envy. Julius getting that clear. V7 trying to hit that up high, maybe for a setup for Monster. But no, what a 50-50 there by Julius. Julius managing to get that nice goal. I think he read Go Bananas very well there for expecting both of them to go up. And he managed to just place that neatly. He placed his car so well that the ball would just deflect into Go Bananas' goal.
That puts the game at 3-1. 2 minutes to go. Can Go Bananas bring back 2 goals? So far, the momentum is in Envy's favor. V7 now driving the ball towards goal, setting up a chance for Monster. However, he's nowhere to be seen. Julius is allowed to pick up scraps and drive the ball towards Orange's half.
The Monster there trying to get a nice shot there. Just a ground shot, though. Julius missing that clear. Maybe the Monster can set up a nice pass there in the middle, but no. Both Envy players bump each other. V7 rushing back into defense.
Jungwook now setting up for an attack as he leaves the ball for Julius. However, miscommunications lead the ball to being a bit dead.
I'd like to point out Envy so far has had more offensive pressure, but they've looked... Oh my god, what a goal there by Jungwook. That was flashy as can be.
Jungwook so far the star of this match with 3 goals.
That was a very well placed flip. If he didn't flip into that, I think V7 would have said that. That was a very nice shot by Envy. I might have to go back on my prediction. Envy are playing really well today. Yesterday they didn't look as threatening.
Right there, Simon. Jungwook getting the clear. The Monster picking up scraps and keeping the ball in Blue's half. V7 there attempting to push the ball up. Oh! Julius there getting a long shot goal. That puts the game at 5-1 for Envy. So far, Simon, most of the goals that Envy has scored have been all long shots from the halfway line.
They have all been quite scrappy goals, but that's what you have to take at this level. I think Go Bananas might want to maybe have V7 pushed back even more than he's used to being, because quite clearly these challenges are just not working out in Go Bananas' favor.
1 minute to go now. Julius waiting for the ball to drop as he pushes the ball up the pitch, putting Go Bananas in danger. As V7 there demos Julius. The Monster is now given time to push the ball up. Julius is back on the ball there, guarding the ball from Monster.
Passes it for so Jungwook can make that clear off the ball. V7 trying to go after that, but no, the Monster manages to intercept that with a high ball towards the midfield. V7 trying to control that, but no, Julius with a nice pinch there off the wall, controlling this. These pre-jumps by Envy are working so far for them, but if Go Bananas changes something, these might become dangerous because they'll just get themselves out of the play.
Julius now on the defense as he clears the ball out of Blue's half.
It's not 7 seconds to go with a astounding victory for Envy. 5-1, that's quite a big difference between the two teams. I'd say that this hasn't even been that necessarily unfair. It's just simply been the fact that they're playing better. That's about it that I'd have to say.
Bit of a stat analysis there. Jungwook having 2 goals and 2 saves and 3 shots, giving him the man of the match. Julius coming in behind with 3 goals, a bit higher, but not giving the edge to become the man of the match this game.
The Monster with the only goal for Go Bananas, also 1 save. V7 assisting that goal. Yet again, 1 save for him. Go Bananas needs to change something if they actually want to win this in the next game, because they just simply they need to change something.
We're now setting up for the second game as we wait.
So the players are now joining the game, and that seems like it will be the kickoff now. Julius EV and someone from Go Bananas, I assume, on the kickoff.
V7 and Julius clashing in the middle as Jungwook and the Monster shadows behind them. Julius now driving the ball up his own corner, setting himself up for a cross towards Jungwook. He's nowhere to be seen. Monster takes the ball, but Jungwook clears the danger.
Julius and Jungwook are containing the ball, even though it might not necessarily be useful for them, just making sure that Go Bananas don't make a useful play there.
The Monster there flicking the ball over Jungwook. The ball is now cleared by Julius. V7 back on it. Getting to the end of it. V7 now waiting.
And the Monster! 1-0 up for Go Bananas. That was a rotational mistake, I'd say, by Envy. Julius bumping Jungwook in goal. The Monster just making the best out of that situation. 40 seconds in, it's 1-0 to Go Bananas. If we see Go Bananas taking this game, I think momentum would shift towards them, and I think it would be easier for them to win the last game if it does go to that.
So far, this is a bit of a closer game with a closer score line as we see Jungwook, another long shot goal.
These are just, I'd say they're the long shot kings. They just have these pinpoint accurate clears that just make it into the net. I think Go Bananas will have to stay a bit more back if they want to defend against these. It's now equalized, an equalizer from Envy.
Correct there, Simon. Long shot kings or Go Bananas have a lack in defense there. As we see most of the long shots, no one was in goal, leaving an open net.
Julius now flicking that, but Monster managing to recover there, making sure that he can do that. I think also one thing that Envy's doing better is being able to make these wall clears where they get both players out of the game because the ball's too high for them to try and get it.
V7 there getting the shot off. Julius coming in clutch and clearing the danger. Jungwook now back on the ball as he pushes it up the pitch.
The Monster with a bad touch centering for Julius. Julius, get it off the crossbar. That's going to be in. Very easy goal there for Envy. Julius EV scoring the third goal of the match, second for Envy. So, well, I think I'd have to say, well, Envy's playing better. As much as Go Bananas is putting up a fight, I'd really like to see Envy in the final. They're playing really well.
They might be a big problem for the mates, you're right. The Monster now coming up for the defense, back actually. Jungwook there leaving the ball, perhaps to let off Go Bananas, or just a lack in communication. Julius,
also, I'd like to point out that both Go Bananas players are sometimes caught on the same side of the pitch, which is quite dangerous because then if there's a pass middle, then no one's able to challenge that or even save that.
That is either a lack in communication or just skill and knowledge of the map. Julius there, up on the wall, attempting to push the ball a bit further up the match pitch. The ball.
Well said there, Hugo.
Thank you, Zion. Julius now playing around with the ball, setting up Jung Wook to push the ball into Orange's corner.
Monster clearing that very far. Julius catching that ball on the top of his car. Now, Monster pinching that, but I don't think that's going in front of the net. Julius clearing that further behind V7. V7 trying to pressure that, but he should be rotating back at this point and not challenging these balls. And Monster should maybe push up a bit. They're trailing now. They need to play a bit more offensively, I'd say.
Ball now again, dead in the middle. V7 coming in quickly with a clear towards their own corner. Julius now running up for a chance at goal.
I think V7 was a bit too stationary, but again, these goals are just me nitpicking what Go Bananas could have done. They're playing well for most standards, but Envy's just on another level at this point. If they sweep Go Bananas, that just shows how much better they're playing than yesterday.
Back on the kickoff now. Ball in Orange's half as V7 gets the quick touch on the wall as he rushes back to defend. A bit of a fumble there in defense. Julius coming in to poach the ball.
All players in one side of the pitch. This is quite dangerous. Nice flick there by the Monster. Is that going? No, that just went slightly wide, but that was a dangerous opportunity there. If Go Bananas can get 2 goals back, they're back in the game. They're back in the series.
Right there, Simon, with another goal.
Nice flick by Julius Evie. That was magnificent. Go Bananas just struggling to defend this. This is... They're just simply playing better.
Back on the kickoff now. That brings us to 4-1 to Envy with a minute 30 to go. V7 and Jung Wook clash in the middle. Monster coming up to pick up the scraps. Julius there getting a very important clear. Failing at the chance towards goal. Can Jung Wook defend? Oh,
Jung Wook with a nice clear there. Made just off to the middle. The Monster just barely getting that save there. Otherwise, Julius would have been fully on goal. Nice power shot there. V7 doesn't manage to get enough behind it to actually save it. Yet another long goal. Envy is just playing these long goals. They have the mechanical skill to be able to actually just make this work.
That puts us now at 5-1 in Envy's favor with only 1 minute to go. Can we see somehow a 4-goal comeback from Go Bananas? V7 there trailing back on the defense, waiting for Julius for his strike to come in. V7 there clearing the ball from danger. As he has miscommunications with Monster there, he takes over the possession. Julius there getting a very important touch, allowing them to clear the ball. But Monster puts it back in. Jung Wook getting the clear. That puts them on the break as they take a shot at goal. Which gives them 6-1 lead.
This is one-sided as can be. Maybe not the Go Bananas of last round. I don't know. I think it's just simply Envy stepping up to the task.
Monster and Julius there clashing in the middle, giving Julius the advantage. A very quick touch there. V7, a pot shot at goal. Can Jung Wook get back in time?
No, I don't think this is enough to get back into the game, though. This is just 4 goals in 30 seconds isn't happening, Hugo.
Who knows, Simon? 4 goals in 30 seconds? So far, this brings us to 4-2 towards Envy's favor. A goal back from Go Bananas. Jung Wook there getting the kickoff on the go. The Monster now rotating to get back on the defense. Julius bringing the ball up the pitch, setting himself up for a corner as he drives back and allows Jung Wook to get a cross in. Julius flicking the ball over V7.
Oh, nearly another goal there. This is domination by Envy. I want to see how they perform in the finals, whether they can step up to the task or not.
That ends the game there with Envy taking home the series. We see now stats here with Julius getting the man of the match this game. 4 goals, 1 assist, 1 save in 5 shots. Jung Wook having 2 goals and 1 save, trailing behind, not getting the man of the match. However, a very impressive performance nonetheless, with many long shots from mid-pitch, which gave them the edge and the advantage. On the other side here, Monster having 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save in 1 shot. A very balanced stats right there with 320 points. Not enough to give them the edge to win the game. V7 there with 1 goal, 1 assist in 3 shots. Not as big of a feat, but he only trails the Monster behind with 30 points. We'll now soon move to a post-match interview with 1 or 2 of the players from this series. You now join us for a post-match interview with Julius from Envy. Julius, do you have any comments regarding your performance on the last game?
Well, I guess we played well. I did. I got MVP. I scored around like maybe 4 or 5 goals, and I mean Bill and Victor played well too. We had a tough competition, and yeah.
Right there, and that will bring you to the finals, going up against the Mates. Now, do you have a predicted result for this game? Do you think you're gonna win? Do you think the Mates are gonna win?
It's a tough one, but I think we're gonna pull it off. Like maybe 3-2, 3-1, around that.
A very confident prediction there. Do you have any words, other more specific words on the losers of this game? Go Bananas.
Well, as I said, they played well, and they're against Martin's team. They'll probably get 3rd place, to be honest.
Right there. We saw a very impressive performance from your team. Do you have any advice for up and coming players who don't have the same skill as you do?
Yeah, just practice every day and take slow steps. Not just try to aerial every single game. Dribble the ball first. Know the basics of the game first.
Now, as we saw, you have a very good connection and bond with your partner there, Jung Wook. How long have you known him personally?
Personally, around 2 years. We've been playing Rocket League for, I'd say, 6 months.
6 months in total?
Yeah.
And you're this good? Wow. Unlike many other people who've been playing for 3 years and have not been able to replicate your style of play or come anywhere close. We're very excited to see you in the finals going up against the Mates. Thank you for your time, Julius.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
You now join us for the second interview with the game from Go Bananas. From the game against Go Bananas against Envy, you join us with the Monster. Monster, do you have any comments on your performance today?
Well, today I reckon that we played okay, but not to the best of our limits. Because, for example, me, I admit that I played badly today, but because my wrist, I hit the edge of after I ran, I hit the wall, so that hurt my wrist a lot. But I reckon we could have still played better.
Now, regarding things that went wrong in your performance, do you is this a chemistry problem or perhaps just a skill problem?
I think this is both, because we lack of communication as well sometimes, and we also our skills are sometimes not to the best, I would say.
Your performance there didn't give you the win, but you will now go for the third place playoffs. Do you think you're gonna win the third place?
To the best of I think we can win. I think we can.
Do you have a predicted score line?
I reckon it will be a close game, but 2-1 or 3-2 maybe as well.
2-1 or 3-2. Well, thank you very much. You of course now need to practice up, get ready for the third place playoffs. Thank you very much for your time, the Monster. You may go.
Thank you.
So, as we saw from the last two series, Go Bananas and IOV are going to face off in the third place match. Whoever wins this match gets to be third place. Have bragging rights. Whoever gets fourth place match is just not going to get anything, I think.
Still fair play to both teams for getting this far in the tournament, though.
Yes, they did beat, how many? 32 other teams in the entire competition?
Very big.
Very big competition. But let's go through some talk about how they played last game, right? IOV, Hydrosis Sensei. They played a very close game. They played close. It was a tough match against the mates. They played well. They did get swept, so morale might be down, but that does not mean they're playing badly. They're playing quite well. Relative to yesterday, they're playing decently, but there still is some stuff to improve, especially with some specific mechanics and stuff, especially rotation. I think they had a team huddle here and discussed it. What about what about Go Bananas, Hugo?
Looking at Go Bananas' performance, as we just saw, we saw from the interview, one of their players explicitly said, the Monster, there was a lack of mechanical skill as well as communications. Hopefully now, as they're warming up, this problem will be fixed and ironed out, and they will be having much better communication, much better playstyle, and be much more ready, perhaps looking like a different team from what we saw in the semifinals. Now, moving on to predictions, as we saw, they both had a losing match. It'll be a bit harder to predict who will win this game. Now, I'll predict mine first, Simon. I think, as we predicted Go Bananas to win last game, I think it's only fair that I predict the opposition to win. I will go for IOV to win this game. Just seeing Hydrosis and Sensei, they weren't lucky enough to win their game, but they do have certain mechanics down, certain rotating skills down, and as well as communication. Also, they have been playing for much longer than the Go Bananas team has, which might give them the edge to win the game in this third place playoff. Now, this all may be discounted for, as Go Bananas could have a big improvement from what we saw in the last game there, as they got absolutely destroyed by Envy. Unfortunately, we were favoriting them, but it's just not enough for them to win. But we could see a win from them getting third place. Simon, do you have a prediction? As I already predicted IOV to win this game. Do you want to pick maybe the same team or a different?
Tough deliberation here. This is gonna be quite the tough decision. Let me go through. Let me go through and let me think. I'm gonna have to give it to IOV. They were playing well mechanically. They were playing well mechanically. They were playing well mechanically, and basically, they just, I think they will have better morale because they saw that their game was really close.
You are right there. As we've now both predicted IOV to win the game, I guess we're leaving Go Bananas in the dust. But who knows? Go Bananas might come in with a brace and win the game. As predicted now, it's probably going to be a close series time. We're seeing a 2-1, not an early exit this time, which will provide for very good gameplay, especially in third place playoffs. Very high ranking now, getting third place out of 4.
Okay, Hugo again. What are the players feeling? What? Let's just pick a specific player. Hydrosis. What do you think Hydrosis is playing?
Hydrosis, I think he's psyched up. I think he wants to win the third place, claim some dignity back from his loss. But I'm sure other players from Go Bananas do have the hunger and want to win this game as well. Third place is still a very prestigious position to be in after a very big tournament with 32 teams exactly. We're now getting the game underway. Third place playoffs, Go Bananas versus IOV. The Monster there and Sensei clashing in the middle, putting the ball in Orange's half.
Right, so Hydrosis and both Sensei missing it, but Monster missing that shot too. That was a very good shot attempt. Well, shot opportunity, not necessarily an attempt too much. See, V7 trying to go back to how they played yesterday, going for those very, very defensive-minded strategies where V7 just stays back. Missing that aerial, that might cause them, but no, because the Monster steps in. He missed that catch though, so the opportunity doesn't continue.
Ball now in Blue's corner as Sensei fumbles with Hydrosis, leaving an open goal. V7 there taking a shot.
And that's not going in.
Bouncing on the frame. Hydrosis coming back.
And the Monster coming to tap that in. That was close. V7, I think that's totally V7's goal. He managed to create that opportunity. I don't think IOV, because of how they were positioned, I don't think they could have saved that because they'd have to backflip in a very awkward manner.
Very hard save indeed. That brings us to 1-0 to Go Bananas in 4 minutes. Ball now in Blue's half as the Monster tips it into the middle. However, no one's there to receive it, and Sensei is given time, but Monster sort of comes in and bumps Sensei's forced own goal.
Own goal. That wasn't even a forced attempt. That was just Sensei trying to dribble, but not the ball getting away from him in an awkward manner where, well, he flipped the ball right into his net. Said that's a tremendous amount of pressure now on Sensei. They need to win this game. Morale is gonna be low. Morale is low after that goal. That's just unlucky.
Big mistake there, Simon. This could cost them the game of this series. Sensei now on the defense, trying to claim back a goal. V7 now, very open-minded and offensive play. Monster there coming up as they have the 2-goal lead. I guess they feel a bit more comfortable with their play style. This could help their chemistry together.
The Monster missing that. Can Sensei
oh
save it?
my
No.
god!
Sensei misses. This is again just Sensei's mechanic. I think morale's low. Sensei's just not feeling it right now. Monster could have possibly said that, but that was just I don't think that was Sensei's fault, to be honest. The ball was traveling in such a manner that any way he would hit it would just make the goal, would still cause a goal.
Right there, Simon. Losing the opportunity to get first place may have crushed him. This is shown again in the match now, with Go Bananas 3 goals ahead and Andy IOV having nothing to show for it.
Sensei getting one back with a nice clear there. That was very well played. He positioned his car nicely to get the ball in an angle where it would go towards net. Bottom right corner, nicely placed.
3 minutes to go. There is a chance for a comeback for IOV. And then again, there's a chance for Go Bananas to extend their lead and bury IOV for the first game of this series.
Right, Hugo. If they do manage to completely sweep IOV, at least in this game, that's going to do so much to morale that I don't think IOV would be able to recover. But if IOV does manage to recover, there is something to basically use Go Bananas because Go Bananas is double committing on these challenges so much. If they manage to get it past one and the second player, it's an open net. Now a demo being dished out by Hydrosis on V7.
Hydrosis there getting the quick touch which cleared the ball. Ball is now moving up the pitch. Hydrosis dribbling, pushing it towards the middle. Monster there getting a very important clear that stops IOV from getting a second goal. Sensei and Hydrosis there clashing. This could cost them the goal. Then again, it's set up high. Sensei and the Monster clash as the Monster gets the last touch on the ball.
That was a high shot. Can V7 score this? Yes, he can slow P-Roller, but he manages to capitalize on the fact that... Who was that? Hydrosis didn't make that save there.
An easy tap in there brings Go Bananas to 4 against 1 from IOV. 2 minutes to go. The IOV players look very low in terms of morale right now. Can we see a sort of comeback from
V7 zooming in to touch the ball? Another goal just from simply no one being in net for IOV. We're gonna have to see this one being played. I don't think IOV can come back. They'd have to make a miracle comeback to even equalize. Maybe next game they can do something better.
We've seen a big change in play style from IOV's, what they played against the mates. This may cost them their chance at third place. Sensei now, again with 0 boost, driving up the wing. This doesn't let him go back to defend. But
V7, nice clear there. Sensei missing the ball.
Monster there getting the touch, which brings the ball up to the halfway line, past it, and into Blue's half. Hydrosis there getting the quick clear though, pushing it up Orange's corner, setting himself up for a goal, but running up against the wall.
Sensei now slightly blocking that, but not being able to fully do that. Can the Monster score yet another goal? 6-1 to Go Bananas. This is as one-sided as can be. I've said that so many times this day. This is like back and forth Rocket League. One time the one team wins, the other time the other team wins. This is so unpredictable.
Tight finish there brings the game to 6-1 for Go Bananas. A very long lead. This could give them the win for this game in the series. Perhaps momentum so high in their favor. This could win them third place, which goes against our predictions, actually. We predicted IOV to win.
Yes, IOV was looking better mechanically before this game. Go Bananas going off that big defeat to Envy. But they managed to rebound quite well, at least for this game, and they've been playing solid. They've been playing well. They're not making any big crucial mistakes. Another shot for Go Bananas. This is very much a game just for Go Bananas.
The momentum there lost as the ball slowly rolls back into Blue's half, but Hydrosis is there to bring the ball back into the play. Sensei, a shot at goal, hits the framework. Ball now in Orange's corner as Hydrosis tracks back. Sensei there catching the ball, pushing it back into the corner for Orange. Juggling the ball back and forth now. The ball is up in the air, touching the ground as it is in the corner again in Orange. Monster there getting the touch, which pushes the ball up the pitch. Near open net.
Right, 6 seconds to go. This is very much a game now for, well, what did I say?
For Go Bananas.
Go Bananas winning this. It's going to touch the ball.
Another goal?
No.
Nah.
No. So, Hugo, what are the stats for this game?
Well, this game goes literally straight against our predictions. We predicted good communication and performance from IOV. We got pretty much the opposite there, with Go Bananas having a much better strategy. 3 goals for V7 and 1 assist, giving him the man of the match with 20 points ahead of the Monster, coming in behind with 3 goals, 1 assist as well, however a lower shot count. This brought them the win at 6 goals to 1. On the other side there, Sensei having 1 goal in 1 shot, 100% shots to goal ratio, but it's not enough to give them the win. With a very low shot count, you can't expect to have a very high goal count, can you, Simon?
Yes, exactly. Now we just need to fix a bit of technical difficulties, but I think we're gonna get into the next game very shortly.
We're now underway for the second game of this series. V7 getting the first touch, giving them the first goal in merely 1 second. Go Bananas is once again in the lead over IOV.
Look at Sensei there. He was driving like he was drunk. He was going left, right. Missing the ball. That's gonna cost him. Go Bananas looking more solid than IOV, at least in this game.
Setting up for the kickoff again, Hydrosis gets the ball into Orange's half. V7 and Monster are struggling to get the ball out. Ball is still in Orange's corner as the ball is now shifting towards the middle. Setting up a goal for V7. A long shot leads to 2-0 to Go Bananas.
That's only 20 seconds. People, what do you think is going through the minds of IOV? They're losing 2-0 in 20 seconds. They can't possibly be happy about this.
Right there, Simon. This could lead to an early exit for them. 2-0 ahead. So far, the momentum is for
Go Bananas, and this looks like very much a setup for a possible sweep. So far, I don't think we've seen a single game taken back as a consolation prize by any team that lost. Maybe in the final we'll get to see that. Maybe a game 3 overtime. What do you say about that?
Well, so far it doesn't look like game 3 overtime does it. We can most likely we'll see Go Bananas taking the sweep and winning this series 2-0.
Go Bananas at this point can play quite comfortably. They're just playing what they want to do. They can just sort of try and keep onto this lead. If they just keep it this way for the next 4 minutes, they'll have bronze in the STA Rocket League tournament, and that's, I'd say, quite a big prize. 3rd out of 32. That's massive.
Ball now in front of Orange's goal, actually. The monster there, tipping the ball back up, setting up for a cross. Hydrosis there bumping the monster, slowing down the momentum and shifting it for blue. But V7 gets there and clears away the danger.
I'd like to point out, again, Monster playing on 0 boost. Maybe not like now, but he will get a long extended period there with no boost.
Ball now moving towards Orange's goal. A quick pot shot cleared by the monster as he now gets the break with no one there to defend. The monster may have another goal. Set up for V7. What a miss!
What a miss there! Exactly, Hugo. That was... I think it was easier to score than to miss, that's to be honest.
Well, that could cost them the game, but so far the momentum is still in their favor. With 2 goals ahead, V7 takes a pot shot. Hydrosis is there to clear, but puts it back into the middle.
Nice save there by Hydrosis. He didn't get that touch, I think that was going in. V7 had a nice trajectory. The ball was directly in front of him. Goal was directly in front of the ball. That would have been a goal.
Crucial touch there, stopping Go Bananas from extending their lead. Monster there with a good flip, taking the ball over Hydrosis, setting up for another cross for V7 perhaps. Our Sensei is there to stop danger.
Yes, Hugo. Exactly so. Now some play in the corner there. Both IOV members circling around the ball. This is like... I don't know what. I don't know where else people would just keep running around the same thing over and over again. Maybe Monster can get that. No. 1, 2. I'm getting 1 goal back. Maybe they can actually do something about this.
1 goal back now. This is a result of maybe a comeback for IOV. Should keep them in this series. However, so far on Go Banana side, they have had much better positioning and have had much better offensive and defensive play. Ball now in Orange's half as Hydrosis knocks it up for a shot, hitting Sensei.
Both IOV members are just bugging. But this does not mean IOV is out. They've scored that 1 goal back. If they can get a second goal, okay, no, sorry. If they can get 2 goals back now in, what, a minute 30, that's completely doable. If they can do that, they'll be back in the series and they could maybe reverse sweep Go Bananas.
Momentum now back for Go Bananas as we set up for the now up to the pitch. Hydrosis misses the clear, but luckily the trajectory was not towards goal, and Sensei is there to clash with Go Bananas.
This is a very close game so far. Well, not so far, but IOV being able to managing to get 1 back, that's big for them. Now, a high ball up. And Sensei maybe get this. No, V7 clears that. 1 minute to go, 60 seconds on the clock. Can IOV get 1 single measly goal? That's all they need to stay in the competition.
Ball in front of Blue's goal now as Monster tips it in.
What a nice lead there by Monster. 3 goals for IOV in 1 minute. That's still doable. But they need to try really, really hard. That was a tight angle shot there by the Monster. Perfectly placed top right corner.
Setting back up for the kickoff. 4-1 to the Go Bananas' favor. What? V7 Hydrosis clash in the middle as Sensei knocks the ball. But Monster there is dunking and pushing the ball into Blue's corner. Hydrosis now clearing off the danger as he puts the ball straight onto V7 as he's given the chance now for an attack and another chance at goal.
Monster flinging that up high, but V7 is completely back in his own half. Maybe pushing up now. I think Go Bananas is just trying to secure this. This is the last game they'd be playing, both teams, if Go Bananas wins, and hopefully Go Bananas can secure this. I want them to win an award. They've been playing quite well, but they're not enough to maybe envy and the like of the main. 2 seconds. IOV. 4th place. Go Bananas. 3rd place. Hugo. Stats.
Right there, Simon, a 3rd place finish for Go Bananas, with V7 getting the man of the match, 3 goals, 1 assist, and 3 shots. A very good goals, shots to goals ratio there, 545 points. The Monster tailing behind with 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, and 1 shot. Again, a very balanced stat stats there. 280 points. Very, very good considering V7 pretty much stole the limelight there. On the other side of the match, with Sensei having 1 goal and 1 shot, that was to spark their comeback. However, it wasn't enough for them to win the game. Hydrosis not putting as much of a contribution there. No goals, no assists, no saves, but there was 1 shot, which leaves them with only 20 points. This again is not enough to win them the game. Go Bananas just had the bigger edge there with a 4-1 victory. We will now soon move to a post-match interview with 1 or maybe 2 of the players from that game. You now join us for a post-match interview with V7. V7, you just won 3rd place there. Do you have any comments on the performance you just had?
To be honest, I think our team played, and the other team as well, played quite sloppy. It wasn't our best of performance, but we still came out with a good result.
Very nice there. We saw a bit of a change in play style with better communication with between you and Monster. How is this possible? As we saw in the last game, you guys screwed up a lot, but in this game you had much better.
Yeah, because last game, after a couple of goals, we got frustrated and we went a bit quiet. We didn't have the best communication. We missed a lot of open shots to their half. But this game, we were 1-0 up at the start, so it was a lot easier.
Right there. Well, that win there gives you 3rd place out of what, 32. Very impressive feat there, V7. Thank you so much for coming to play. Hope to see you in perhaps the next Rocket League tournament, whenever that is.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We're back again with a post-match interview. The second one here with Hydrosis from IOV. Now, Hydrosis, you did lose which doesn't give you third place. It gives you fourth place in the entire tournament. Do you have any comments on why you lost this game?
I think it's because we had bad communication, which we tried to improve, but we didn't have enough time. And I also think it was also because of our sloppy players. You see in there, we've been running around the ball like, I don't know, 20 times.
Right there, we saw an own goal from your teammate, Sensei. Do you perhaps have, I don't know, an explanation for this? Is it due to frustration or just screw up in skills, you could say?
I think it was just a screw up in skill. Like we weren't trying to throw the game at all. He just made a mistake and accidentally hit the ball.
Right. We saw a much more different team, a different IOV from what we saw in the semifinals. Why is it different?
Like, what do you mean by different? Like, worse or better? Like, because I think we play a lot worse.
Yeah, you're right there. We saw a bit tighter mechanics and a bit more communication in the semifinals game. Were you perhaps demotivated that you lost your chance at getting first place?
Yeah, I think that's true. But also after we started seeing Go Bananas starting to beat us by like 4-1, we just started to give up from there.
All right, but no problem. You played very impressively. You got fourth place out of the entire competition. We hope to see you in the next Rocket League competition, whenever that is. Thank you so much, Hydrosis.
No problem.
Thank you for your time, amigo.
Have a nice day.
We are going to have to take a 5-minute intermission between these two games to sort out a technical issue with you not being able to hear the game audio. Please give us a few more minutes to sort out some other issues going on with the organization of the tournament. We've had some slight inconvenience here on the set. Please, a few more minutes before we get into the replay analysis for the grand final of Envy versus the Mates.
Hold M.
we've finally sorted out the technical difficulties. We should be good to go for analysis now. So, Hugo, do you want to start us off with the mates and some background, maybe predictions and stuff?
Well, as we can see, they have a hot prospect with Renegade, pretty much the star of their game, star of their team, actually. They had a very impressive performance in the semifinals, beating out Go Bananas with a very high scoreline, actually. Very impressive, you could say. Christy is also making very good contributions, good output defensively as well as offensively, setting up chances for Renegade. But he is just seen as pretty much the man of their team. But is this enough to beat out Envy?
Well, Envy, I think they'll take the game. A one-person team can possibly carry a team against such a good team as Envy. I'm saying team too much, haven't I, Hugo? Envy, Jungwook, Evie, and Julius Evie. They've played very well today. They've swept the only match they've played. I'm fancying them to win the STA Rocket League tournament at least this term, if not this year. Let's hope that we get another tournament this year. Jungwook, good, excellent mechanically. Julius also excellent mechanically. They both play incredibly well together. At this point, it's just wait and see. We need to see how they perform mentally, because I think this is just going to be a game of how they feel instead of how they play.
So you predict that Envy is going to win this game?
Yes. What about you?
Well, I just love the star quality of Renegade in the Mates' team. The combination as well with Christy and Renegade together could win them this series. I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep just because of the sheer ability that both teams share, but it's going to be a very close series, perhaps 2-1 to the Mates. Either way, it can go 2-1 to Envy, or maybe a clean sweep from either team. But I'm sure that this grand final is going to be very explosive, exciting, and very different from the matches leading up to this match. We are now waiting for the teams to get set up and ready. But so far, the players, as this is a grand finale, they're risking their chances, getting first place and second place.
So, Hugo, what do you think? Envy, the Mates, they're both good teams. Who do you think has the edge mentally?
As I said, mentally, you say. Well, Envy, they seem pretty calm and collected, very cool. They've scored a very high amount of goals leading up to this final. Same for Renegade. Renegade must feel much more comfortable compared to his teammate Christy, as he might have very high pressure to,
I think he's gonna be quite under pressure, but we're gonna be starting soon. Grand final of the STA Rocket League tournament. So far, the game is starting right now. Hugo, take it.
We get underway now at the kickoff. Christy and Jungwook clashing in the middle. Jungwook landing closer to the ball as he drives it up the wall and towards their goal. Renegade there making a very important save. Julius now tracking back on the defense. Christy there waiting for the ball to gently settle down as he comes back for the 50-50, failing, but Renegade is there to defend.
Julius now getting that touch, cushioning the ball into his control. Maybe trying to set up for a passing play, but no, Jungwook got it away. Renegade with a nice clear there. Strong clear in midfield with a powerful setup there. Christy jumping there, trying to go for the pre-jump. Now an aerial by Renegade. I don't know, did he miss? But I don't think that didn't accomplish anything, certainly at least not offensively. Julius now trying to dribble it. Dribbling onto the other wall, maybe trying to set up his teammate. There, Renegade underneath the ball, not being able to get that, but he manages to clear very strongly across the net.
Renegade now on the attack as he fails to hit the ball. This gives a chance for Julius to drive the ball up the pitch, setting himself up for a goal. Renegade there with a very important clear, bringing him back on the offense, setting himself up, allowing Christy to move in for the cross. Jungwook there, however, pushing the ball out slightly.
Renegade with a nice flick there, but I say the mates still have more offensive pressure than Envy, but Envy has been able to have a few nice chances there. Renegade clearing it out of their corner. Julius Evie now going for that high pass. I think Renegade able to clear in a one-on-one battle with Renegade. Now a clear down over Christie. Maybe Jungwook can take this. Misses. Julius up the wall. Trying to dribble inwards. On the corner, getting boost and setting it up high for his teammate, but Renegade clears.
Julius now given a second chance on the attack. However, Christie does pick up the ball and drives it down to Blue's corner. Christie now waiting for the ball to settle down, crossing it into the middle for Renegade. However, he's nowhere to be seen. This gives Julius a chance to dribble down the pitch. Oh, nearly getting the goal. However, Renegade is there to intimidate Julius, making sure that he doesn't get that easy chance off. Julius there, catching the ball in the middle of the pitch.
Trying to get a double touch there through an air dribble, but Renegade clears that nicely. Jungwook passing off the wall, dodging away, maybe trying to fake out his opponents. Renegade with now a nice shot, but he misses that opportunity to get a powerful lob into the goal. Julius now dribbling. Can Renegade get there in time? Julius just barely misses that. That could have been a goal. Goal and a half. We can hear the team now shouting at each other because of how certain they were that they're going to score.
Renegade now given the chance to attack. Julius clears the ball from danger, pushing the ball back into Orange's half. Renegade there to Christie actually there to clear the ball. Renegade sitting in goal.
Jungwook with a beautiful play. That was a passing play and a half.
A great poach there from Jungwook, giving them the lead. With only 2 minutes to go, this has been a stalemate for a long time. Setting back up for the kickoff. 1:57. Renegade, Julius, and Christie there to clash.
I say the mates have to step something up. They're playing quite well. They have chances. They just need to convert them slightly more than they did before.
Ball now in Jungwook's possession as he sets up for a push towards the middle. Renegade there to clear. Chance at goal. Julius is there to save the ball and clear it from danger.
Jungwook now passing into his own corner. Julius backflipping to make sure he has control. Renegade shadow defending, jockeying Julius. Now going in for the play there. Did Julius manage to do something there? No, he didn't. That was an empty net, but Renegade with a nice recovery there, making sure that they don't get scored on.
Renegade now setting up for a play. Julius, however, does get in the way. This gives Jungwook the chance to push the ball up the pitch. Renegade there, though. Renegade now given the chance to move up the pitch. However, Julius is there to stop the momentum of the ball.
Nice pre-jump there by Jungwook, getting that save. Very, very good clear too out of that, away from danger.
Julius now crossing the ball into the middle, setting up a chance for himself. Renegade failing. Almost a goal for Julius. That could have put Envy 2-0 up and secured their victory in the first game of the series.
Right, so Julius now getting that ball. Renegade trying to get some offense going. They need to do something. They have 20 seconds to equalize if they want to at least go into overtime on this game. Nice slow aerial there. Renegade with a beautiful clear. Christie scoring an own goal there. I think he left that to Renegade. Renegade could have probably saved that. Unlucky for the mates. I think Renegade had that. Christie was just trying to save something that I don't think was savable from that position.
10 seconds left now. 2-0 to Envy. It's most likely that Envy have taken the first game of this series. Perhaps momentum might carry into the next game as they could win the series with a clean sweep. The game now ends with Envy as victors.
Statistics, Hugo. What do you think of the game mainly?
First on statistics, Julius with man of the match, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 saves. Very crucial, stopped many goals. Jungwook there again having good output as well. 1 goal, 1 save, and 2 shots. However, not edging it quite enough to become the man of the match. On the other hand, Renegade having 3 saves and 4 shots. Christie coming in behind with not as much output. However, he has had good contribution in this game.
Hugo, do you think Envy will like win with a clean sweep, or do you think the mates can take one game back for them?
I think so far momentum is in favor of Envy. They might take this game a clean sweep, or Renegade can come back and defeat them, winning the series and becoming the grand champion.
Of course.
We're now setting up for the second game of this series. This may be the last game if Envy takes the win.
So, Hugo, predictions. Do you think the mates can take one back, or is Envy just going to sweep their way through the entire tournament? I don't think they've lost a single game this tournament so far.
Very difficult question there, Simon. Judging by our predictions so far, I haven't guessed any team right, so I'm just gonna not talk at all and let this game play. Julius there with the advantage as the ball is in Orange's half. Renegade there to clear the ball, however. Julius back on it as he gets to the end of it. Christie there having some offensive output as he shifts the ball into Blue's half.
Jungwook there getting tripped up by the by his own goal post, but Julius now being able to get it on the wall. Hard pass into mid, but Renegade being able to clear. I'd like to see maybe Envy trying to go for demo plays on the goalkeeper. I think that would actually work quite well against this team, seeing as they do stay on the front post quite a lot.
Renegade there with the quick touch, which gave them the clear. Now driving up the pitch, could we see a solo goal from Renegade? Julius is actually there to clear the ball and bring the ball back into Orange's half. Renegade there fumbling, pushing the ball towards the middle, giving Envy a better chance at goal. Christie now has
that. I have to say Christie has improved every single game. Maybe not enough to win the title of Grand Champion, but he has been improving every single game, becoming more and more consistent. I think that's just due to the fact that now he can handle the stress of being in such a high-pressure game.
Renegade now in front of goal, taking a very weak shot and striking it straight at Jungwook, which sat comfortably to defend. Jungwook now on the offense.
Renegade with a beautiful clear. Christie trying to get up there. That's going to be a high ball. Can Renegade clear this? Yes, he can, and maybe he'll also get back boost. He's now fully boosted up. Maybe solo goal? Solo goal time? No, Jungwook there with a defensive demo, taking Renegade out of the play.
Julius now given the chance to defend, setting himself up for an attack at Orange's goal. Chrissy there having a very crucial bump, setting up Renegade for setting himself up again for another cross. Christie there inching closer to the ball. Renegade unsure of his decisions. He runs back to defend.
Renegade maybe trying to getting that touch on the backboard, completely throwing Julius off. That was some good loss aversion there, making the best out of a bad situation. Sorry. Christie now not being able to get that 50-50, but that's going wide. Can Renegade maybe keep this out? Yes, he can. Julius with a shot there on goal, but Renegade being able to save.
Christie now on the ball as he shifts it closer to the middle. Only 2 minutes to go, and we have no goals. A pure
beating Christie with 0 boost. Renegade manages to clear that quite well.
Renegade there on the offense. However, Jungwook does capture possession as he trails back to defend, allowing Christie to have some offensive freedom and creativity. Julius there getting the shot.
Renegade with a beautiful save into the crossbar. That was exactly what he needs to do. Renegade is playing as good as he can, but I don't think if he scores a goal, he's gonna be the man of the I think the man of the tournament. He's been playing so well, so solid this whole time. Envy hasn't had the best of Julius there, interrupting my train of thought there. But that was yet another beautiful goal there. Nice. He's able to make he's able to completely use what his opponent is using against him. He can make those clears work for him. He can just be where he needs to be at the time that he needs to be there.
This may end the game now with Envy getting the only goal in the match. Really 3.5 minutes in. It's been a very stale game so far.
Not stale. I'd like... Julius there. Renegade with a save! That was a save. Keeping them back in the game. Julius now missing that empty net. Renegade. This is his game, even though he's trailing. This is totally his game. Christie now shadowing Renegade for some reason. High pass there. Jungwook being able to clear that. They have a minute to score to stay in the tournament. A miss! Miss by Julius. Jungwook not being able to make that. Christie now trying to do something. Just anything. Trying to maintain offensive pressure. Pass down to Christie, but Christie's not there to actually get the pass. Julius missing that. Can Renegade score this? Christie.
Oh my god.
With an open net goal. Equalizer with 35 seconds to go. This is such a close game. I believe something happened to Renegade's controller. I think his batteries fell out. I don't know whether he'll be able to... We're going to have to pause the game so the players can come back. Okay. Seems like Renegade managed to get back into the game with his controller not working. Luckily, that doesn't mean anything too bad for him because... Yet another save by Renegade. Renegade is playing so well.
Renegade came in very close there, scoring the second goal of the match, which could take this game into overtime unless something is done in the final 10 seconds of this game.
8, 7, 6, 5. Julius missing that. Jungwook getting it clear. If they can keep this up, they could maybe score. But no, it hits the ground before it manages to enter the net.
And we're into overtime.
This is such a close game. May I remind you, if Envy win this game, they are the grand champions of the STA Rocket League tournament.
Mates now in possession as Jungwook readies himself to defend. Julius on the attack, pushing the ball out. Can we see overtime ending right now?
So close, so close. And Envy wins! Winning goal, 20 seconds into overtime. Envy has won the STA Rocket League tournament. Congrats to both teams. Renegade and Christie also playing incredibly well just to keep this a close game. Well, what can I say? This was game and a half. More than a half. 2 games. It was so good.
A bittersweet finish there for Renegade. He had a very impressive performance, however, it was not enough for him to win the game. Julius takes the man of the match with 2 goals, 1 save, and 9 shots. This shows the level of defense that Renegade is putting out with 7 saves and 1 assist for Christie's goal. Jungwook as well having very good positioning. However, this does not reflect on his stats. Just goes to show that good chemistry and communication between teams can give very massive output and win them the tournament.
We're going to be back soon with an interview with, I believe, 2 of the losers and 1 of the winners. But still, congrats to both teams. Incredibly well played.
You now join us for a post-match interview with a winner here, Jong Wook. Do you have any comments on your win?
I mean, I'm speechless, I guess. I didn't know I was gonna win, actually. I thought it might be a tie game, so I'm pretty happy with my score.
Right there, Julius came out as man of the match for both games. Do you think he was the better player, or did you somehow think that you are?
I totally agree he's better than me.
Really? Well, you won that match. Do you think that this is down to chemistry between you two? Skill or anything?
I guess chemistry and skill, also because we've been playing together for a while. Since last year, so.
Very long time indeed. You're now the grand champion of STA's Rocket League tournament. Current grand champions until the next tournament. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, the next tournament comes out, I feel like we're gonna win again, I guess.
But again, well, there are gonna be probably more competitors and more of the other players that you can destroy. But very good performance, Jong Wook. Thank you for coming out to play in the STA's Rocket League tournament.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You now join us for the final post-match interview with Renegade from the losing team, the Mates. Renegade, do you have any comments on your performance in the last game?
I did a lot of saves, but they just got the upper hand on everything. I was mostly staying back because my teammate's not that good at blocking. He's better at striking. So I just felt like I had to stay back the whole time, and we lost.
You managed to only produce one goal between you. Do you think this is a matter of a skill or a communication, or just Envy having the sheer advantage in both categories?
Envy had the advantage because they both stayed back, or both like went to the front, while we were like separate the whole time. So. Yeah.
Right, okay, you did very well, no matter. You did come second in STA's Rocket League tournament, which is a very impressive feat. Second out of 32 other competitors. Are you still planning to come back for another tournament if there is?
Yes, of course.
Very well then. Very impressive performance, Renegade, representing the Mates. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to play in STA's Rocket League tournament. Hopefully we'll see you next time.